Hello everyone and welcome back to yet again another prospect preview, and we are going to the USA to talk about forward Logan Cooley. Logan Cooley, straight out of USA Hockey, is an upcoming two-way and really fast center in this year's draft. Now, although I said in our last part that Shane Wright is probably the safe bet to pick in this year's draft, Logan Cooley may make a case for first overall. Anyways, before we get into this prospect preview, make sure to subscribe down below. And I won't waste any more of your time. Let's get into the Logan Cooley prospect preview.
Control again, lead pass up, Cooley coming down on a breakaway, makes a move and he scores! What a play!
So some basic info here on Logan Cooley. He was born on May 4th, 2004 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the U.S. He's actually way more local to me as I'm in the Philly area, but still pretty local. He plays center, he shoots left, and is 5'10", 181 pounds. Now, he's a little bit shorter than some of the other players in this draft, but he uses that to his advantage and makes himself that much faster despite his height. And he also creates chances around the net and is really good on the back check. His draft rankings are kind of in the same spot as Shane Wright. They're just ranked number 2, except he's ranked 3 by a couple people. He's ranked number 3 by Elite Prospects, ranked number 2 by McKean's Hockey, ranked number 2 by Craig Button, ranked number 2 by Bob McKenzie, and then ranked number 2 by NHL Central Scouting there as well. And all you see about this guy is just speed, speed, speed. You see in his plays, he just speeds through defenders, and that could be used really well in the NHL. That could be used as a first-line center or on the penalty kill. Cooley's statistics: in 2019-20 with the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 16U, he had 18 goals, 28 assists for 46 points. And in 2020-21 with the USN TDP Juniors, he scored 15 goals, had 13 assists for 28 points. In 2021-2022, he played with the US Nation U18 team and the USN TDP Juniors and put up absolutely unbelievable statistics: 27 goals, 48 assists for 75 points, and then 13 goals, 23 assists for 36 points. That is a combined total of over 100 points with both of those clubs. And it's officially been announced that he will be going to the University of Minnesota to play in 2022-2023. Internationally with the USA U18 team, he had 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 points. So he's putting up really good statistics internationally as well. And I will also say this: he is my favorite player heading into this draft. And I know that I said that Shane Wright should go first overall, but he is definitely my personal favorite player. I have one of these in every single draft. In 2021, I think it was Isaac Rosen was my favorite player. In 2020, I'm pretty sure it was Jarvis. 2019, I think it was Caulfield. It might have been Caulfield. I'm not entirely too sure. But I always have one of these favorite players in every single year, and he is definitely that one this year. He's just that type of player where, like, how can you not like him? His story is amazing. He's also local to me, and just like the way he plays, the amount of speed that he has, so impressive to watch him play out there. Taking a look at some of his notable strengths, he has some very aggressive speed, has an insane shot, and he's improving on the two-way style as well. So you're looking at this draft, a lot of two-way type players. You look at Shane Wright, obviously a two-way type of player, really improving there as well. But Cooley's becoming that too. And when you're the Montreal Canadiens, I know I'm wearing a Devils jersey right now, but when you're the Canadiens, you gotta think who's better, Logan Cooley or Shane Wright. A look at his weaknesses. The only weaknesses that I really saw from watching his clips and some scouting reports is his defensive awareness and his defensive consistency. And that's the kind of type you're gonna get when you get a player like Logan Cooley who's really driven offensively. I did say two-way, but what I mean by two-way is that he's really good on back-checking and he's really good on taking the puck from other players. So that's really what he's only good at. But defensively, he's not as consistent as other players. But again, that is what you get with type of players like Logan Cooley. For the player comparability, I actually didn't include it in the strengths this time, but I saw some people saying Lee Stempniak. I was like, what? Stempniak? He's like a third line grit player. And then I realized, well, maybe that's because of the way that Stempniak was going to play, but then he didn't pan out to be like that. And then I also saw some comparisons to Jack Hughes, which could really make sense about him. Since this is the second prospect preview that I've done, I figured I would just wear a Devils jersey because I go in order of the draft rankings. And imagine this team with Alexander Holtz, Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes, Nico Hischier, and Logan Cooley. Just an unbelievably young team. EP Ringside spoke in on Logan Cooley and his type of play and said that he is a strong two-way forward with good numbers around the faceoff circle. And that's something I did not really mention here. He is also really good in the faceoff circle as a center, and that's really going to benefit him in the NHL. Obviously, faceoffs are different in the NHL, but eventually players will get used to it, and then they get really good at it. He could be like Claude Giroux. To end this one off, Logan Cooley is going to be a very interesting player in this upcoming draft and could make a lot of questions on who goes first overall. Just his speed and the style he plays really shows that he is going to be a prominent player in the NHL, given that everything goes right. Now, anyways, guys, that'll do it for me in this one. Thank you all very much for watching For Us Personally. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe if you're new down below. Our next prospect pick will be Uraz Slavkovsky. I know I'm going to butcher that name a lot when we get to that preview on Wednesday. But anyways, thank you all very much for watching For Us Personally, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.